This ministry update from Capital Ministries, President and founder Ralph Drollinger, is about promotions among Capital Ministries' Africa movers and shakers. Some promotions and appointments have been made among the men who share a passion to create discipleship ministries to national political leaders in countries on the continent of Africa. John Cassell of Senegal has been named Capital Ministries' African Continental Coordinator. In that position, he will oversee recruiting and ministry plantings in the more than 50 nations on the continent. Pastor Raymond Kofi has been named to replace Cassell as Director of Non-English Speaking African Countries. Pastor Kofi will retain his position as ministry leader in Cameroon. Working with Cassell and Pastor Kofi is Obi Onwu Zarumba, who remains in his position as Director of English-Speaking African Nations. Joining them is Lionel Malongo of Congo-Brazzaville, who has been appointed to work in some of the day-to-day responsibilities alongside Cassell. President and founder of Capital Ministries, Ralph Drollinger, shared, and I quote, "Capital Ministries is greatly blessed to have these dedicated, talented, and well-connected men working alongside us. With active discipleship ministries in every nation, the world will change for God and for good." End of quote. Cassell said Malongo is an excellent addition to the Capital Ministries Africa team. Cassell shared, quote, "Lionel is an excellent bilingual communicator who shares the Capital Ministries' passion of supporting Christian public servants across Africa in remaining true to their Christian values and representing their constituents well in keeping with God's precepts. One of his first tasks is to delve into finding the right person to represent Capital Ministries in Congo-Brazzaville." End of quote. Pastor Kofi recently represented Capital Ministries at the African Biblical Leadership Initiative Forum held in Yaoundé, Cameroon, where he met with several political leaders interested in establishing a ministry in their countries. Follow-up trips have been planned. The Capital Ministries 2018 Autumn African Training Conference in Yaoundé, Cameroon, which will draw Capital Ministries representatives from across Africa, is being planned and organized by Pastor Kofi. The conference will be held at the end of October after the Cameroonian presidential elections. Pastor Kofi is also well known and much beloved as the co-host of the very popular Christian broadcast network's Lake Club 700 television show, the French equivalent of the 700 Club program, which is hosted in the United States by Pat Robertson. As African Continental Coordinator, Cassell is charged with overseeing all of Capital Ministries' work on the entire African continent. Well known, respected, and well-liked in Africa, after working there for decades with the Christian Broadcast Network, Cassell has recruited a number of talented and dedicated men who have been named to Capital Ministries posts. One of the Capital Ministries' most prolific ministry planters since 2014, Cassell has initiated and helped birth more than a dozen Capital Ministries Africa ministries. Cassell also serves as the regional director for the French, Portuguese, and Spanish-speaking countries in Africa for CBN, based in Dakar, Senegal. Cassell speaks several languages, but not Spanish, so he recently worked with Oscar Zamora, Capital Ministries Director for Latin America, to establish a ministry to political leaders in the Spanish-speaking African country Equatorial Guinea.